We are going to color our projects today. We're going to use a monochromatic color scheme, which means one color. So for example, if I choose orange, I'm going to choose at least 2, maybe 3 or 4 oranges to use. The only color of the rainbow I don't want you to use is yellow, because there's not that many variations of yellow. There's really only like one colored pencil. I'm going to use purple, prairie panther purple, and we're going to get started. So we are going to create a value scale by pressing like hard and light in an area with your colored pencils. The important thing to remember while you are coloring today is that we have to keep our radial symmetry. So that means if I am coloring what kind of turned out to be a petal, I didn't mean it to be, but once I transfer them, it kind of looks like a flower in the center. If I color this petal with this shade of purple, all of my petals need to be this shade of purple. Now my value scale, I'm starting out really dark as I can. I'm pressing really, really hard. And then as I go, I'm going to start pressing lighter and lighter. Now you can kind of see a straight line where I started pressing, so I'm just going to go back over that to try to blend it a bit more. The most important thing though is that I'm trying to create multiple values, how light or dark a color is, with my colored pencil. So when I was pressing it really hard, I made a dark purple. I am pressing so light, especially as I get to the bottom here. I am like barely pressing at all because I want it to have that gradient where it goes from dark to light. And because it's radial symmetry, all of my petals are going to look like this. So they're all going to be really dark at the top and really light at the bottom with the same color. So now I'm going to use my kind of red violet in the center, and I think it's going to start really dark and fade out toward the edges really light. You don't have to do yours the same exact way as mine. In fact, your project probably looks totally different depending on how you placed your lines before we started transferring. But basically, we are just using one color today, your monochromatic color scheme, whether that's orange, purple, reds, pinks, it's up to you, but you have maybe 3 or 4 colors that you are coloring each section in on, and you are making sure that your project still has radial symmetry by always coloring the same things with the same color. Take your time coloring in. You might need to take a couple breaks to stretch your hands. It is a lot of coloring, especially when you're pressing so hard trying to create a dark value. I don't expect you to finish today. I just expect you to work hard and do a really nice job.